Hello everyone and welcome to our first bonus session of this channel. Today I want to show you how to square large numbers. So when I mean large numbers, I mean numbers close to 100 or 1000 or any power of 10. So 1 with a bunch of zeros, okay? Before we start that, let me show you something. So maybe I will use the picture and then oops, nope, not the full screen. Okay, and go here to the hovercam camera. Okay, so let's see what we have. Okay, so squaring large numbers. The first two observations I want you to take care of or notice is that if I have two numbers that add up to 10, in fact later we'll show even if their difference is 10, but at least in the beginning we say 8 plus 2 equals 10, 9 plus 1 equals 10, and maybe I will show you one that is a little tricky, which is 6 plus 4 equals 10. The first thing you notice is that when you square, that's the first observation, and I believe many of you already know that, but it would help us later. Okay, when you square these two numbers that add up to 10, what you notice is that they always end up with the same digit, right? 4, 4, 1, 1, 6, 6, which is nice, but it's not really helpful so far, right? The second observation, which is a little more important, is that the tens digit here, in fact, instead of saying the tens digit, the difference between the two tens digits, notice the tens digit here is 0, right? There is no tens digit. So that difference is 8 minus 2. This 8 is 9 minus 1. Oh, here I have a 3 and a 1. So the difference between these two guys, the 3 and the 1, is 6 minus 4. Nice? Okay, good, but still I don't see where you are going with that. So bear with me for a second. Now, if we leave the 10 and move to the 100 or 1000, so let's say we go to the 1000, okay? And I tell you, can you square 998? You say, yeah, I can multiply it by itself. If I don't have a calculator, it may take me more time, but I can do it. I say, but there's an easier way. What if I tell you, you can do it in your head in few seconds? Notice that if I add a 2 here, the answer would be 1000. Since these are 3 digits, when you add something to it to make it a power of 10, you will get 3 zeros, okay? Now I know that 2 squared is 4, so that has to end up with 4, but that's not all what you know. You know more than that. You see, when the 10 had a single digit, these two squares shared a single digit. So a single zero, a single digit. 3 zeros, 3 digits. But the 4 doesn't have a tens or a hundreds. So we replace them with zeros. So instead of writing this as 4, I'm going to write it 004. The reason being the 1000 has 3 zeros, so I had to write the 4 using 3 slots. When it was a single 0, I had to write it in a single slot. In fact, when you come here, you say 4 squared is 16. I cannot write 16 because they only share the 6. So what do I do with the 1? I carry it over. And then I say 6 minus 4 is 2. And I have 1, make it 3. Same logic. And now I say 998 minus 2 is 996. Use the calculator and try to find 998 square, and you get 996004. Same thing. Nice? Now it's your turn. Try one with, let's say, 5 zeros. Okay? So let's say 99996 square. Okay, you can pause the video here, try to work it on your own, and then start it and see if you get the same answer. Okay? Okay, so if you did that and you have an answer, we can check it. You could have already checked it with your calculator, by the way. I know that if I add 4, I will get 100,000, right? Because these are, again, 5 digits, so when you add, you will get 5 zeros. 4 squared is 16, but 16 is only 2 digits. And here I have 5 zeros, so I have to write 15 using 5 slots. I have to fill the 5 slots with numbers so that at the end of the day you reach 16. So the only possible way is to have 3 zeros followed by 1 and 6. And now these are 5 digits, but when I ask you what is this number, you would say 16, right? And then 9, you know that the 9s are not affected here. There is no carryover or anything. 6 minus 4 is 2, so it's easy to see we have a 2 followed by 4 9s. Let's try that, and if it's correct, we'll stop here, and then in the next bonus session I will show you what if these numbers are higher. So if it's instead of 998 it was 1003, for example, and so on and so forth. But for now I think this is enough for today, since you most likely got it, all of you. And here is the answer, 99992. And now you can go and impress your parents and your siblings and show them some math magic. Okay? So have a nice day, and I hope to see you soon.